If you're in a tough period right now in your journey, this video is for you. And I'm recording this because at the moment, as of now, I consider myself to be in this exact period where I want to achieve a certain thing, yet it feels so distant and I feel so helpless towards trying to reach this thing, this goal that I set for myself. All right, so what you just heard in the background is our dog barking. Why is he barking? Well, because simply he's attached to my sister, and whenever she leaves home, he just barks and barks and barks and never stops. He has this like anxiety, separation anxiety thing. I will tell you about like why I'm talking about him in this video. You've heard his voice, right? But I want to tell you the story about him in just a few. But I also want to continue with my point that you're in this tough situation right now. Okay, for the first thing I want you to know is that you will get out of this period. You just gotta keep going. Like, the thing is, what I had in mind about my goals, and if you've been watching this channel, you might see that I have some perhaps ambitious goals that I've set for myself. Though those goals are still there. However, my expectation on the speed in which I would have reached those goals, this expectation is the thing that drove me, like just drove me towards those goals at a fast pace and also shattered my hope in some places. And it was tough to get this hope back and just keep going, right? But that's the journey. Like, that's why you see a lot of people, they attempt to do those crazy stuff, they have those crazy ideas, and when they attempt to do them and they fail, they think that it's not their fault. It's perhaps like their luck is bad, or some any exterior event that happened is the reason why they didn't succeed. And so they label this thing as impossible to do. So whenever they try and attempt to do something later down the line and also fail, they like like in the end they give up because they think that their luck is bad, or there's always gonna be those exterior events that are gonna happen and gonna like ruin their chances of achieving the goals that they've set, right? Those are the people who stay at this stage of mediocrity. Those are the people who revert back to living the normal life, the safe life, right? And they are the ones who don't make actual progress. And I've never wanted to be part of these people. I always want to achieve something great, right? Now, my expectations on achieving this great thing was to achieve it at a very fast pace. And over the past 2 years, like, I've been hustling really hard. I've been disciplined. I've been following my routines consistently. And, like, I set, for example, I set a goal to achieve the $10,000 a month. And I was expecting to achieve it like early last year, early 2024. And now, fast forward to early 2025, today, I still haven't achieved this goal. I still haven't achieved it, right? And like the majority of it is part of my fault because I decided to go down a path that isn't like guaranteed or isn't likely to pay me a lot of cash flow in the short term or for now. Yet I wanted to go down this path because I liked it, but my expectations were set wrong, and so this the dilemma that was happening. It was the thing that's like having a huge toll on me. So the reason I'm saying all this is to say that even though I had expectations to achieve the 10K per month last year, and I still haven't achieved it to this day. In fact, I've barely generated any money in the past like 3 months of my journey. You know, it's to say that I'm still pushing, I'm still going forward, even though I'm in times where I'm not I'm not getting what I expect to get, right? And I wanna let you know that if you're in this position as well, like if you give up, you're not gonna get anything later down the line. But if you keep going, like you can see it in the stories of the legends out there who had nothing and who were like in huge debt. You hear those many stories of like the great business titans or athletes or people who faced a lot of tough times, yet those were the tough times that forced them and pushed them towards achieving great things and towards like forming their character. You know, like fast success like destroys your character. It builds in you this huge ego that makes you think that you know everything when you know nothing, right? Whereas slow success, it hurts, it burns, right? But in the long term, it is going to build you. It is going to forge you into the character that you've always wanted to be, right? So good things take time. That's the main idea of everything. And in my case, like yes, those 2 years in entrepreneurship, I look at others, they're generating a lot of money and they've been in the game for a very maybe less amount of time. But at the same time, it's like each one of us has a different path, and repeat the same idea over and over again in my videos just to like if you've been watching them just to hammer down this idea for you and for myself as well, because oftentimes I forget about them, and it's good to remind myself by reminding others like you who is watching this video right now. So you know, in the beginning of the video you heard the dog bark, and I promised you to tell you what this story is. So I want to relate it to what's going on with me right now. So I made a video where I moved to my dad's office where I was alone and I had nothing to do except for work. But then I moved back here home. No, I moved to the office. I was like commuting, if you want to call it, like going and getting back home, just sleeping here and then waking up the next day and going to the office just to attain like focus there, right? But I moved back here and moved my like workstation back here because like there was a lot of noise there and I didn't have the silence that I have here, or at least I had here. But you see, like over the past months, I've been like the more days I spend living here in this house, the more I become aware of all of the distractions that are happening in my environment, including the dog barking, which stresses me out a lot and is one of the main motivators for me just wanting to move out of this place, right? And except like other than that, it's also what's going on around the house. It is the beliefs that are circulating around me, the gossips, the news, the things that are restraining me mentally from wanting to do what I want to do, the things that are influencing my actions without me wanting them to influence my actions. And all these combined are like a huge force for me, like wanting to move out again, and be in a place where I can like truly focus on what's important, which is building myself up, building like a new set of beliefs that I have. Um, and yeah, just like focusing on what's important, which is building my empire, my business empire. It is getting to a state where I'm driving enough cash flow, from going to this place of trying to survive to a place where I have enough to survive and I'm aiming to thrive, to go like above average, right? So What's going on is I have this dilemma where I don't have enough cash flow to like move out to a place that's good enough and that has the silence and gives me the power and the environment that allows me to focus on my work. And at the same time, it's like I'm becoming more aware of why I should be moving out. So there's like this tension that's being created. And on top of that, like I'm in a place where I don't know what my place in the market is yet. Like I've accumulated all these skills in entrepreneurship over the past 2 years, but I still don't know how to package those skills in a way that can provide a ton of value to the people I want to work with. And for the value I provide, like in return, I get the money back, right? So like all these stuff are accumulating in my mind and creating this tension. That's creating this tough time, that's creating the stress that I don't want to have, right? But it's part of the journey. It's part of why there is a very small percentage of people who actually survive in those tough times and who achieve greatness, because greatness requires those sacrifices, requires you to survive in those tough periods so that when you get out of them, you get out stronger. And those tough periods like force you to change your behavior to match the outcome that you have in mind. I'm sorry if I release a lot of negative energy at the moment, but all this to say, like maybe you can relate with me. And I'm sharing this because I'm sure if I'm facing those problems, others are too. So I want to share like my mindset when it comes to how to navigate through those tough times and how to get out of them even better. So the best thing you can do and I can do in this place right now, right, is simply just keep going, just keep testing, keep trying, keep failing until you find the winning formula. For now, I still haven't found the winning formula. I'm still pushing, I'm still trying. So I've got to work after recording this video. I got to work to keep on trying and find this winning formula because I know that I have the skills that I have everything I need. I have the ingredients, right? I just need to try enough combinations and mixes to find the winning like meal, the winning dish, right? So that's life, you know? And throughout your journey, you're gonna keep on trying those different ingredients. Some will work. You will roll them out in your restaurant. Let's say people will wanna buy those dishes that you create with your ingredients, but at a certain point maybe people get bored, so you want to create new dishes and better ones. And it's a continuous process, and that's the beauty of the journey. The ups and the downs and the trials and tribulations and the successes and everything combined, right? So yeah, try to be grateful in those tough times, try to find happiness and fulfillment in them. And just know it's a temporary period and just keep going. Like as simple as that. Just keep going, and let time get you out of this tough period that you're in right now. All right, so I hope this has been of great value to you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded, so I'm uploading this right now. And if you have any ideas about topics or things you'd like me to talk about or even share, I'd love to do so. So feel free to share them in the comments. And with that being said, I hope you take care of yourself. Keep going, keep pushing, keep aiming towards the goal that you set, and I hope to see you in the next one.